to another episode of EPL on
Class is in session, hitting the books on PUBSPORTS.
This is another exciting edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. Bang, bang! What's going on, guys? You're tuned into another edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. As always, I'm Roast Preston Hector, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're here to preview this exciting pay-per-view matchup, the return of my most loved fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis.
Hector Garcia.
Yeah, as he takes on Hector Luis Garcia. Danny, early thoughts on this fight. Happy New Year, everyone. We ring in 2023 with a Showtime pay-per-view squash match. Danny, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year. We had a nice little break. We're back. Boxing's back. And I love this pay-per-view. I know people bash pay-per-views and stuff, but this card is good.
Yeah.
And his boots, Demetrius Andre, they got Ellis, the Colombian fighter, I forget his name. He's got Villa. He's got a ton of power. It's going to be a good card. But, yeah, we got Tank Davis and then Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia is known for being Chris Colbert in a big upset, which me and Preston are kind of pissed off because we couldn't really find a lot on him. I'm pretty sure we found some good tape. We would have bet that ASAP because we're not Chris Colbert fans. But yeah, he had a huge upset against Chris Colbert. Beat Robert Guerrero or Gutierrez in his last fight. He's a decent boxer. The only thing with him, he's not great at anything. Good boxer. He has a lack of movement though. I don't like. He's got good pressure, good cardio, and things like that. We all know about Tank Davis, good IQ, good movement. He's gonna set you with traps, and his left hand is deadly. So the thing here, they're both southpaws, which is interesting, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it? I don't want to make sure. Yeah. So Tank Davis, obviously he's got that power in both hands, but his left hand is crazy. And Garcia, don't get me wrong, it was a big win for him against Chris Colbert, but Colbert cannot knock out a fly. He does not have a lot of power. So
Right.
Hector Garcia had no issue going in there, making it ugly. He had nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? So here he definitely has to be a little bit more cautious. I'm still nervous for him because his defense is not that good. He is hittable. Plus the lack of movement. He doesn't have a pivot. He doesn't really try to circle out. Good movement and quick reflexes. Now, on the other hand, Tank Davis, you lower that right hand like Hector Garcia does a lot. If you notice, I noticed that with the Gutierrez fight. That left hand's going to be right there, bro. It's just a matter of time until he gets caught. I think he gets some rounds in. He usually starts slow. Mm-hmm. But Tank Davis, I think the under is 7.5, which is pretty sharp. I really think it's going to be around those rounds. But you know me, I got to go with my favorite bet, and that's round 7 to 12. Not the greatest line. The best one I found out there, I think it was plus 115. I think Tank Davis gets the knockout here. I just don't know when, man. It could be early, honestly. If he's, he was going through a lot with his whole situation with his baby mama and things like that. Is that gonna motivate him more? Is it not? Where's his head at? Obviously, everyone wants to see him fight Ryan Garcia. So does he get him out of there in 3 rounds? I mean, it's kind of tough. I think Hector Garcia is tough enough to survive for the first half of the fight. And then he eventually, with the lack of defensive movement, he gets caught 8th, 9th round. That's my prediction for this fight.
Yeah, I agree. I saw, so there's one fight, it was on YouTube, is Hector Garcia. I believe it was the fight before the Colbert fight. I think that's why Colbert's team chose to take the fight, because if you watch that fight, first round, Hector Garcia gets knocked down.
Yeah. Yep.
Immediately off a check counter hook. And then eventually he does end up winning the decision. But once I saw who he's fighting this week, pretty tough to back Hector Garcia here. As you know, what do I say? Obviously, the boxing's number one. Number 2 is going to be speed. Tank's going to be 10 times faster than Hector Garcia. And that's really what the deal with the Colbert fight, right? Colbert was faster, Colbert didn't even fight. I don't know. He was mentally checked out that whole fight. He was a clown. Tank, I don't like the guy, but I know what he can do. I know what he will do in the ring. Yeah, he might take round 1, 2, 3 off. Eventually, he's going to get to this guy, get to his body, probably take him out, yeah, with a left overhand. And by KO, it's not great odds. I know, like just standard knockout.
Yeah, it's like minus
Yeah,
380 or something.
threes, and then kind of what Danny was alluding to, the 7 to 12. I'm seeing like even money. Mybookie.ag has the round prop at 7.5. Juice to the over minus 130. The under is even money. If you guys would like, you can always bet at mybookie.ag. Enter that promo code PUBSPORTS. Get that 50% deposit bonus credit debit. 100% on the Bitcoin up to $1,000. Use the Bitcoin, get that $1,000. I like Tank. I kind of actually. Oh wow, Aiden saying Garcia 9 to 12. Not
Oh,
Tank
wow.
9 to 12. Okay, I was gonna say I like what Aiden is putting in the chat here. But,
I honestly didn't know it was the last part either.
yeah, so quite an interesting bet because this does have. It sort of reminds me of. I'm sure you remember. So Zab Judah took a tune-up against. Who was the guy? Baldomir? Was it Baldomir? Before he fought Mayweather in like 06.
Oh, he meant Davis.
Oh, okay. So he agreed.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, because who's the last guy Hector Garcia knocked out? The dude's record was like 30-22 or something like that.
Yeah, no, this guy. Yeah, the last knockout was.
We didn't talk about it. I forgot. It's his first fight at 135 pounds. And I mean, that's a tough ask. Your first fight being Tank Davis at 135. I know Garcia is taller or whatever, but he's never fought somebody with power like Tank.
Yeah, no, and I mean, we can go back to Tank. He fought not like my boy, but like Barrios. I met Barrios. Barrios is a bigger guy. So now Tank's going to fight a smaller guy. He's not going to be, scared of the power, afraid of the power. It's a pretty tough ask for Garcia here. My only worry, trepidation is the domestic charge that was dropped, though. But if that is in Tank's head, and is he looking past Garcia to get the Ryan Garcia match? I know they have the date in April sort of locked in, but we'll see. I think Tank's good enough. As unfortunate as I would like to admit, I think Tank.
I'm waiting for the day that I was hoping. I'm like, man, I know it's not gonna happen. I knew that before this, but I'm hoping Preston's is like, you know what? I think Garcia actually has a shot. I'm gonna bet on Garcia.
I am gonna bet Ryan Garcia.
Right? I know that. Don't tell him now, bro.
Yeah, but I won't bet. I won't bet this guy. It's just you need either power or speed against Tank. This guy doesn't have either. And if Tank's going to be the better boxer as well, which I think he will be, it's a tough fight for Hector Garcia to win.
I give him props, though. This is what we want from boxers. Like, go get it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, good. I mean, good fight. I wish it wasn't a pay-per-view, but it seems like Tank has to be, pay-per-view now, which stinks. But like you said,
this is a good card.
Good card. Yeah. Good. Like Jaron Boots Ennis should be a pay-per-view fighter. Hopefully he gets those big fights. I guess we could touch on that because Aiden has Boots 1 and 2. The round prop on that's 3.5. Did you look up his opponent at all? Or
he's not that good, bro. He's got like that European style or overseas style, I want to say, not European. I can't say his name, so I'm not even gonna try. And his defense, his lead hand is always low as hell. And when he goes back, his chin is still up there. Like, that's what I noticed. Like, if he's finding somebody that's a pure boxer and they're both like boxing from the outside and his opponent doesn't have that much power, he'll win. But Boots Ennis is a different monster, dude. And he said it. He's like, I'm gonna make this a quick night. I mean, he always goes in there and trying to, he doesn't get paid by the hour, he says. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. It's not the best odds. Like he's gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna play the under 2.5 rounds. That's crazy. But hey, if there's a guy that's gonna get it done that quick, is Boots.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. What's Boots Ennis is like KO rate like 90%.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the last time he's been to a decision. So yeah, I'm sure he'll get the knockout there, and then hopefully he moves on to more legitimate competition as well. See Officer 50 in the house. He likes Tank as well, waiting on UFC and Bellator to get back.
Yes,
yeah, UFC's next week. So seemed like a longer break than it actually was. So we do have the return of UFC next week. Anything else you want to touch on, Danny? Congrats to Frank Martin. That was our last fight we did discuss about. Yeah. I give credit; he looked a lot better, and I think it was a spot.
So good.
Yeah, I think it was the spot for Rivera. I think after I kind of not saying it went the way I thought it was, but I did say early in the fight you could see what would happen. And that's kind of what did occur. After about 2 rounds, Rivera was like shell shocked.
Martin, like I was saying, I'm like, once you feel that power, and not only that, I love how he could box. He's a good boxer. Everybody focuses on his power. His pivot, I love his pivot, like how he circles around and he just does body work and things like that. I will say this though, Rivera had an issue, before the fight. I don't know if you saw the picture. He was in the hospital. I guess a bad weight. He's a big kid, so
yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna try and make him move up, which I don't know how he's gonna do there, but because there's just killers everywhere in those divisions up there. So I don't know. Hopefully he gets back on track and doesn't take this L too hard.
Yeah, that was a very impressive performance because Frank Martin I wasn't as high on. I do want to see, who he fights next. We'll see, but very good win for him. Yeah, I mean, not really much else. We touched on Boots. We touched on Tank. Guess we can hit a quick promo. As always, guys, you can always deposit at PrizePicks. We do have a promo code, prizepicks.com. PUBSPORTS is the code. Sign up there. Here to deposit bonus match, 100% promo code PUBSPORTS up to $100. Use it at PrizePicks. We are always doing Buy Me a Coffee. That is going to be happening this year, 2023. We will have a meetup. Atlantic City, it could be, but that's the hope still. buymeacoffee.com/PubSportsRadio. Any and all donations help the channel. If you guys do know, I did put it in the description. Become a member here at Pub Sports Radio. $5 a month really helps us to continue providing all this great content for you. Pub Sports Radio membership, please join. UFC San Antonio is coming up in March. I know a lot of our guys are excited to get down there. We might be able to see a few of you guys down there as well. I guess we can wrap this one up pretty quickly here. Danny, your best bet on the Tank Davis versus Garcia main event matchup?
Best bet, like I said, around 7 to 12 for Tank Davis. Plus 115 is the best line I think I saw out there. And then also I'm going to sprinkle probably late round props just to get a little greedy, a better line. But follow me on Twitter at Denny Bets because I got a couple more bets already in my head. If I get a decent line for that card, there's a couple good spots I'm thinking about betting on that card. So should be some good fights for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is a pretty interesting main card. I think the guys who want to win impressively. So I'm hoping for some very good finishes out of these big guys because they need to show out on the first card of the year. As it says there, guys, give us a like if you can. Make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. I agree with Danny. I'm not going against Tank. I'm not going against Tank. 7 and 12 is good. I might go 10 to 12 as well, but I think Tank does knock this guy out. And calls out Ryan Garcia, and you know Ryan Garcia gets in the ring. They do a little WWE scrum. Yeah, so I'm sure that'll happen. You know, we know how this stuff works. So
Yeah.
I'll go Tank 7-12. Tank gets the knockout. That'll be my best bet as always. That should be it. Danny, any final thoughts here for everyone watching? And we can see you guys next week.
Like you said, like and subscribe. Leave a comment with your prediction. Shout out to Aiden and everybody in the chat for coming here. You already know Tuesday 7:30 Eastern with our best bets for every boxing event coming up on the weekends. UFC is back on the 14th, so we're gonna start getting busy again. So let's get it.
For sure, yeah. Hopefully, hoping for even a bigger and better new year here, 2023. Pub Sports Radio going to keep on going. We're going to keep picking it up. So we will see you guys next week, recapping this Tank fight. Tank, don't let me down, because if you do, you'll hear it from me next Tuesday night, and I will not be kind. See you guys next week. This was the main event on Talkin Hands. Peace, guys.